in a backpack provides food to kids on the weekends throughout the school year.
It started only 3 years ago, feeding 25 kids at one school, and today they feed 700 kids between 4 different schools. So joining us this morning to tell us all about it is Regina Estrada. Welcome to the Morning Blend. Good to see you.
It's good to see you. Thanks for having me back again.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're glad to see you. And I love what you do, your mission, because really what you do is there's this gap starting at 3 o'clock on Fridays when school is out until Monday at 8 a.m. when school resumes, when a lot of kids who are maybe fed at school aren't getting anything to eat.
Exactly. We're trying to bridge that gap between those times by giving them food to have over the weekends, because, you know, we know that they don't always get a lot of food. They don't get a lot of nutritious food. The food we give them, it might not be much to the rest of us, but for them, it really makes a difference.
Is this an example what you brought that they would receive in a backpack?
This is exactly what they get on Fridays.
Okay.
So it's oatmeal for breakfast, it's Chef Boyardee, it's macaroni and cheese. We try and add fruit. There's applesauce, there's fruit salad, there's
a couple snacks
raisins,
in there.
a couple of snacks. Depending on what time we deliver them at the schools, the kids don't always have even snacks to have at the school. So we'll see them go into their backpack and take out the Nutri-Grain bar or the raisins, and we know that they need that. And the teachers are really appreciative, because if the kid doesn't have a snack, the teachers are supplying the snacks. So we're, you know, the teachers appreciate it as well, because it kind of offsets their daily costs, right?
What kind of reaction, because I know I've asked you this before and your response always gets to me, is the kind of reaction you get from kids when you show up with these blessings in the backpack?
Right. You know, we first of all, we try and remain anonymous, you know, because not every kid gets it, which is, I guess, a good thing. But on the other hand,
some might be embarrassed.
Some might be embarrassed
to get the food,
right?
Okay.
So we try and remain anonymous, but the kids who get it, like, they'll see us in the hallway and we'll get a thumbs up from the kid. The first time I went into one of the schools is Banting, and last year when it was the first morning we were there, and I walked into the 5th grade classroom, and everybody started to cheer. It wasn't for me, it was for the food. They knew that the food was there. They were all worried about when will we start the food, because we didn't start last week. We'll start at the schools tomorrow. So they were a little worried. They look forward to this. So that's fun. It's fun that they are so supportive. I mean, one little girl a couple of years ago said, "Thank you for the food. My grandma doesn't always have money to buy us food on weekends." So you know these kids are in, you know, different household situations, multi-generational, and so that we can supply them with anything. It does make us feel good, and that is what we're trying to do. We're trying to feed these kids, get them to school on Monday morning not really hungry.
So where does the food come from, and how is it funded? Because clearly this is a need that's not going away.
Right. So we depend on grants. We're 100% volunteer organization. So we have no money coming in except if it's grants, except it's
volunteers. As we're seeing here, this is at Quadraphics, right?
Quadraphics did a fill for us.
Time-lapse video, because something like 1,500 bags were packed.
Yes,
there.
and so 1,500 bags would take a couple of hours. But yeah, we're showing it in 30 seconds, I think. So we buy the food. We depend on grants, money from grants that we apply for, and we're having a big fundraiser again. It's coming up on September 26th, and that in the last 2 years has really enabled us to grow. Like we said, we started out with 25 kids 3 years ago, and we're up to 700 kids.
Can you put this in perspective at all? So, okay, so it's for the school year. It starts tomorrow and goes through summer. Do you know what the cost is of feeding one child for the school year?
We have a budget of $100 per child per school year.
So $100 feeds a kid, not completely, keep in mind, but for the weekend, gets these snacks, this oatmeal, the mac and cheese, the fruits. $100 to feed a kid for the school year. So $100 means a huge difference.
It makes a very big difference, and you wouldn't think that, but that every $100 means I can feed another kid. You know, like we've grown incrementally. We started out at 25, we went to 34, we went to 100. You know, last year at this time we were feeding 600, and we were able to feed. Now we're able to feed 700. We're partially feeding kids at one of the schools, at Blair School. We only have the budget right now to feed 100. My goal would be to feed all 300 of the kids at that school who are eligible for the program.
Yeah.
Soon. And if the principal's watching this, she's saying, yes, I need it soon.
Well, and the way you can do that is by helping out and going to the gala that you've got coming up. It's Bridge the Gap Gala. It's Saturday, September 26th. You can go, you can be a part of that and support the program. Blessingsinwaukesha.org is the website to find out more about Blessings in a Backpack, and also a place that you can donate on there too, correct?
They can donate, they can look at the link to register for the gala. They can learn more about us. We also have a Facebook page, Blessings in a Backpack.
So we're at
Waukesha.
700 this year. If we were at 900 next year, would we feed every kid at, did you say Blair?
At the 4 schools. We would be, right now we're at Hatfield, where we started, Banting, Lowell, and Blair. And if we could feed 200 more, then we would get to all of the kids at those 4 schools.
All right, so come back next year and say it's 900.
And I'll come back, and I love that you have us come back because it's so important. It helps us get the word out. There's 4,600 kids in Waukesha County alone eligible for this program, and so many people are so surprised that Waukesha County has such a big need. But we feel these are kids in our own backyard, and this is why we're so impassioned. It's a group of, I have a core group now of like 20 volunteers, and we're all people on a mission to get this done.
It's a great mission,
so,
Regina.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Great to see you again.
Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.